So a few months ago I was on a stream with my friend Marcin from Jagelsdorf Creates, when he made an innocent suggestion.
We should do a pistachio shell challenge booth sometime. That's a great idea.
Needless to say, the chat agreed, and here we are. I had no idea what I was going to build or how, but sometimes it's good to throw some things together and see what comes out. Not every project needs to be a piece of art or even have a point. In the end, I decided to go with a little bug. It's quick and easy, and the pistachio shells make a decent looking carapace. To begin with, I sorted all the shells based on their orientation. They're not symmetrical, and the glue up is a lot easier if they're all pointed in the same direction. To glue them up, I used some cheap 2-part epoxy. You can use super glue, but it's very brittle and will break easily. Either way, you just need to overlap them so the pointy end of one is over the round end of the next. To make the legs, I used some unfolded paper clips, but wire will work fine too. Fold the paper clip in half, then use a pair of pliers to add a couple of bends to them, and you have a pair of legs. You will need 3 pairs per bug. If you have any trouble with this, using 2 pairs of pliers instead of your hands might help. Gluing them in can be a bit tricky, but you can make a bed out of Play-Doh and keep everything in place while the glue cures. You can use hot glue here, but I went for epoxy again. Gotta say, if this doesn't make you think of bukkake, you might be too young for this channel. 2 of the leg pairs go into the last shell. The third pair gets spread out and sits in the second shell. Once this cures, you can trim the legs so that they're all more or less the same length. I also added 2 little antennae made from offcuts. Just glue them into the first shell like you did the legs. To add some detail, I mixed up some Play-Doh and milliput. The antennae are not complicated, but they can be a little fiddly due to their size. I just squish 2 blobs on the ends and spread them with a flat tool, and then use the point to texture them. For the legs, I worked in sections. First, I added blobs to the bottom and first joint of each leg. When that had cured, I went back in and filled the center. Finally, I spread another thin layer of putty and textured it with a point, and the bug was good to go. In the end, I only finished one of the bugs I made, and that's okay. My aim for this project was to try a new material and see what I could do with it, and I did. I had a bunch of more pressing stuff to do in this time, so being able to complete something small felt good, and was much more valuable to me than stressing over finishing a whole set I have no use for. That's just my way of thinking about crafts. How do you feel about quick experiments and having partly finished pieces? Let me know in the comments. If you want to see what everyone else came up with, on the 5th of June we're going to have a stream going over all the pieces. I'm also going to maintain a playlist for all the YouTubers who took part, which you will find in the description. That's it for this one, so see you around. Bye!